Good Tuesday evening. Welcome to another edition of the Sideline Junkies Tuesday Night Flight. It's the big guy KG. The best way I can say this is welcome to CNN. You got the gentleman Jack, the boss BJ down below. The Midnight Rider is getting his things together. He'll be in soon. Gentlemen, how y'all feeling?
Feeling better than I was Sunday, I tell you. Feels good today.
Doing fine, fellas. Just getting off of work and just getting here in time for takeoff for the show.
What's up, BJ? We missed you Sunday, but that was a sweet video you made. We got all your choices in. That was awesome.
You know what? I think I forgot the Dallas choice. It was one of them I forgot.
4. Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to do that. I'll have a video every Sunday for you guys to play. So that's my way of still being part of the Sunday Rise.
Well, we know you was just trying to wait as long as you could to pick that game, right?
Yeah, you know.
And the Midnight Rider is joining us. Fellas, we got to start this off on a somber note. As I said earlier, coming in with this CNN. What happened Monday, it took a toll on myself. I had to talk to the boss BJ, and he had to talk me all the way home because I was hurt. Renowned actor, world-renowned actor, James Earl Jones passed away Monday morning. For some of us in the generation, he was Darth Vader. He was Mr. Myrtle. He was in Field of Dreams. So, it's like he was King Jeffrey Jaffa from Coming to America 1 and 2. Fellas, I start with Jack. Go with the Midnight Rider. Well, go with the Boss B. And we'll go from there. Thoughts on James Earl Jones?
He used to scare me when I was little, man. Like you said, he was Darth Vader too. But I remember James Earl Jones had, bits he did for, AT&T, Verizon, some phone company, back in the day. And documentaries. His voice was in the background on a lot of documentaries. He just had the voice, man. The voice that made you say, that's James Earl Jones. So that a lot of memories of him. Lot.
Man, look, that iconic voice, like Jack said, you could pick that out of anywhere. The TV could be on the living room, you be in the bedroom, you be like, that's James Earl Jones' voice. What commercials he doing now? But not just the voice, just the acting, the performances, the jewels he's given us. And like I told the big guy KG, yeah, we mourn his passing, and you never want to see anybody go, but man, he accomplished a lot, and he left a legacy that is going to be, just is cemented. So, we definitely here at the Sideline Junkies, send our condolences and well wishes to.
Midnight Rider?
I don't know what you're going to get out of this. Just give me a thumbs up if we good. I think it's just one of the great actors that carries over into so many different genres. I mean, you're talking, like you said, Darth Vader, he was in like one of the Conan the Barbarians or something like that. He's the voice of pretty much any documentary you can think of. Just one of the best voices in America. And I mean, we lost a gem, but I mean, we have such a great history of things that he's done that like you can just always go back to it. Like you can go into any realm and you'll hear his voice pretty much in terms of entertainment. It's one of the greatest things you can do.
And can I say something before we get the comments? And I know we're a sports podcast, But this is a legend, and we're giving our flowers to a legend. It's like any other. If somebody passing music or whatever, this is just one of the moments where you have to stop, give somebody their flowers for being iconic. You know, when we always talk about how the word GOAT is thrown around when it comes to sports, this is a GOAT right here. This is the true meaning of it. So we know we're a sports podcast. Just bear with us a minute.
Oh, mute early, baby. 2 weeks in a row.
Early. Couple of comments. He was a great actor. So many great roles for a generation. That's Matty Ice. Also an amazing actor on Broadway. That is absolutely true. The scene from Fences. My goodness. I sent that to BJ earlier because I've been watching that for years, and it's just like, damn. Somebody once said that if you want to know what God sounds like, listen to James Earl Jones. Because it'll stop you in your tracks.
Wow.
I used to always ask my grandmother about different people, you know, because when I was younger, I used to think that Nat King Cole was related to my family. Because I would always see pictures and articles and stuff like that in photo albums. I come to find out when I got older, it was just that my family was just loving. But I always thought that about James Earl Jones. He reminded me so much of my uncle, my mother's oldest brother. Same, like walk into a room, command respect as soon as he walks into a room. And it was just, I think that's what tore me up a lot more yesterday. So it's just, and then used to hit this dude every morning at the end of the local news because it was sponsored by Bell Atlantic. And it was like, it was him at the end. And when they talked about the one book, it was him. So, he was always doing something. Sam's
that's to me. That right there is my man G. He's new viewer tonight. We got a couple new viewers I see in the comments, but Lord Cookie, that's something me and him say, and we remember that day, boy. Lord Cookie. So we got G in the house today, and then of course we got J Dub down there. Got my little sister Pam checked in. So yeah, check that out, KG.
Matty Ice said YouTube David Letterman top 10 things that sound cool when James Earl Jones said, yes, that was some funny shit. I watched that at work today and I was dying. Sis, Pamela Carr checking in, correction, rest in peace, James Earl Jones. And she said he was a legend indeed. Jack Wagner says, once in a lifetime voice always listened to when he talked. Absolutely correct. Absolutely. I say it every time. This is a getting older thing because the people you grew up with, the legends you watched, they're starting to fade away. And BJ said something yesterday, and crazy is it's a line from The Sandlot, which is one of my favorite movies that James Earl Jones played in as well. And I was supposed to watch Field of Dreams last night, but my wife was up to like 4 this morning gaming, so I just went to bed. She was hardcore gaming. I wasn't messing with her. But when Benny was getting ready to pickle the beast, Babe Ruth came to him, and he told him, remember, kid, heroes get remembered, but legends never die. And by him being a legend, he'll never die.
Amen.
You don't die on that hill that Sandlot 2 is a good movie also, do you?
Oh, no. Sandlot 2 is a horrible movie. Should have never been made. Throw it in the trash. It does not count. It does not exist in my brain.
Only one.
Just wanted to double check.
You know how we roll.
Now, Major League 2 is a different story.
Here we go. Here we go.
Don't get started on that. We'll be here all day. And
yesterday we talked about it. I'm sorry, that wasn't yesterday. It was Sunday. Damn, my days are running together. Lack of sleep does that. We talked about it on Sunday. Tyreek Hill detained by, I think it was Highway Patrol in Miami. We found out later on after the show, Calais Campbell was also detained on the way to yesterday's game.
Mm-hmm.
Body cam footage has been released, which I think is like probably the fastest I've ever seen body cam footage released. but they claim that Tyreek Hill was going 100 and a 55.
Easy to do in that vehicle.
Yeah, but where they him at, on the video footage that they had of him passing, that didn't look like he was going 100. 58, maybe. 60, quite possible. But 100, not even close. Gentlemen, with everything that's come out with this, start with the Gentleman Jack, go to the Boss BJ, finish up with the Midnight Rider. What do you gentlemen think about this incident and some things that were said by pundits and talking heads on TV today? Lot of talk, but what's your thoughts on it?
Well, they say this was 3 hours before the game. So in my mind, thinking of being a ball player, 3 hours before game time, that's a little late. I mean, I'd want to be there sooner. 1 o'clock game, I'm going to be in the building at 9, 10 o'clock. No later. But the handcuffing and stuff, I think putting them on the ground was a bit much. But you know, I've been in that situation in my younger days. I rolled my window up. I didn't roll my window down enough. I called him bro instead of sir or officer. And same things happened to me. So I'm not saying Reek was off, but he wasn't 100% come correct in my opinion. He wasn't calling him bro, he was calling him something else, fam or something. And, you know, I think the police officers were overly aggressive. I think they were stupid not to know who the hell he was. I'm not saying he should have got special favors. I mean, hell, everybody and their mama had their phone cameras out like it is in today's world. The worst is on the officers, the way they act, I feel. I don't feel Tyreek was disrespectful enough to warrant getting put on the ground. You know, he was talking to him. He did roll the window up on the man, and, you know, that's a no-no with tinted windows. That's officer safety right there, you know. But I think the officers were more wrong in this situation. And someone said Tyreek got locked up. He was not locked up. Nobody ever got locked up. He played football. Shit, he scored a touchdown and did one of the best end zone celebrations I've seen. I ain't never seen nobody get handcuffed before an NFL game and then celebrate in the end zone with a fake handcuff. I thought that was pretty funny. So, I don't know. I think Tyreek should have been a little bit more correct with him, and it might not have happened. And that's me.
I don't even know how to really attack this. You know, not trying to go too far off topic and stay on sports. You know, yeah, things definitely could have been done differently, but it just always seemed like it's an overreaction in just certain situations. And other situations where you need the overreaction from the officers is they go to Burger King. You know, I think that's what bothers, you know, when you see the same thing consistently over and over again. Could Tyreek have done some things differently? Absolutely. I need to see proof that he was going 100. You know, it's just, I just, and Tyreek Hill said something in his press conference. What if I wasn't Tyreek Hill? Like, you know, you know, what if he wasn't Tyreek Hill? He would probably locked up or mysteriously died in the back of the patrol car or something, you know, God knows what. It's just, I want to see what's going to happen to the officers. Are they going to slap on the wrist? Because it's like, bro and, you know, fam isn't warranted enough to be overly aggressive like they were. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think all four of us has been to a point where you've been disrespected by a police officer, where they take their power to another level. I've gotten a couple verbal altercations. with some choice words I won't repeat on tonight's show. But I want to see like we talked about something. I forgot what show I was on. We talked about something, and it's just like until I see some change, like if you put the same officers back on the street, they're gonna do the same thing. And who knows how many times they've done this before with somebody that's not named Tyreek Hill, and people don't have 100 cameras out recording it. So that's me. What you got, Midnight Rider?
I'm right there in the same vein. I just think there's too many times I'm seeing the overreaction. Like the cop that somehow his feelings got hurt, and now he wants to be the big guy, the bad guy. Like there was the other officer. He was like, "Well, like give me a chance or something." And then he's like, "You know what? If that's how we're gonna do it." And then he starts grabbing at the door. They open the door. The other cop was acting like he was going to take his stick, and hit the window. So I think once that happened, it got worse. And then they were on this power trip, it felt like. And then you could tell people were trying to like Campbell and John Smith were trying to help. But, the worst thing you can do sometimes when you're there, they're in that situation is these cops are now past thinking logically. They're just everybody's a threat now. And you could see that in there. It was very aggressive. I thought it was way too aggressive, especially for a traffic stop. I mean, tell me there's something else. Then I can understand this. But if it's just a traffic stop, I hope he got his ticket because I didn't see a ticket or hear of a ticket. Okay,
he got 2 tickets.
I mean, I need something to come from this. Just for it to try to make it make sense. And that's the problem I have is too many times this doesn't make sense. And it's senseless because you're the person that's supposed to protect and serve. But if you're already overreacting, there's no protecting here.
Yeah. And Calais Campbell, that's one of the nicest guys you're going to meet. I mean, he's been up for the Walter Payton Man of the Year award almost every year, it seems. What he did for the city of Baltimore in his time here, I couldn't believe that Campbell got put in cuffs. He didn't give him a chance to go get back in the driver's side, it seemed to me, on the Calais Campbell getting handcuffed. You're not going to find a nicer guy than him, and the police officers didn't give him a chance. So, yeah, they definitely had a lot of Red Bull in them.
I'm going to say this. And I've had a day and a half to think about it. I've had 2 days to think about it.
There you go.
That could have been me. That could have been Jack. That could have been BJ. That could have been Midnight Rider. That could have been anybody in the comments. And it would have been a different outcome. That could have been one of our sons, one of our daughters. That could have been anybody. If you feel that you have to go on a power trip on people to get your job done, I need you to find a new line of work. Because I thought being in law enforcement, you're supposed to de-escalate, not escalate the situation. And it seems like they really escalated the situation. And it's a content creator I follow on Instagram. And he said it best. This is what Colin Kaepernick was talking about. Y'all owe him a huge apology. And the simple fact that the NFL has said nothing shows that what that fired employee of the Commander said about the NFL, how they pour into things and they really don't back it. The NFL should have said something. This is uncalled for. We need to launch a full investigation. You should have said something. The NFL has been mute. And I think it's Adam Schefter. Somebody posted the 2 tickets that he got on Twitter. Now he was doing 60 miles per hour, but I thought he was doing 100. Which one is going to be? You're neither hot or cold. You're lukewarm. And when you're lukewarm, I spew you from my mouth. I cannot deal with you. The saddest part about it is that it happens all over the country every single day, and it just doesn't get recorded. I'm not happy with this. I'm not going to go full bore and let my views be known, because that's my personal views and that does not reflect this show. But this right here ain't where it's at. I know plenty of good police officers and detectives and everything that are like, yo, what were they doing? This is not how you handle it. Even if it wasn't Tyreek Hill, it could have been Ray from off the block. Hey, what are you driving so fast for, man? You need to slow down. We got people crossing the street. I need you to be a little bit more careful. Just going through here, take your time. All right? I've had police officers pull me over and tell me straight up, I need you to slow down. And I'm not a fast driver, but I was in a hurry this time. He was like, I need you to slow down. Because when you go up, you go over the ridge and come around the corner, it's another officer sitting up there. So make sure you don't get caught by him. All right, bet. I got you. Appreciate that. Thank you. De-escalation. That's what it's supposed to be. Couple of comments. John says Tyreek Hill didn't help himself out, but the officers were too aggressive. I agree with that. And they were just super aggressive off the break. And if somebody gives you aggression and you meet aggression with aggression, and then he called Drew Rosenhaus immediately. And he had him on the phone. They told him, hang up the phone. They smacked his phone out of his hand, told him hang it up. Like they were just way too aggressive. If nothing happens to these police officers, I'm gonna go ahead and move on with you on that, JC.
And that's that right there. That's my brother-in-law, John Kubu. John, I got you covered. Go Tigers. He was a kicker for Clemson in the 90s.
I got nervous when Jack stood up. I didn't know what was going on.
I was getting ready to get busy up in here.
I don't know what kind of show this is.
I saw John checked in. I got my Clemson shirt on, man. Clemson been good to my family.
Matty Ice said he should have kept the window down, but once they had the door open and could see in the vehicle, they were too aggressive with him after the cuffs were on him. If not Tyreek, that is where it should have been way different. I agree. Pamela says exactly. They're supposed to be well trained to de-escalate a situation. We will never have trust in our police force until those type of officers are removed from their position. And we said this years ago. If you grew up in PG County, you'll know what I'm talking about. You grew up in any PG County, you've dealt not even with just PG police. If you've dealt with Riverdale, Bladensburg, Morningside, those dudes got bullied in high school. They went to PG County schools and they got bullied in high school, and then they became police officers. And they try to get back at everybody that bullied them. And even the people that they didn't know in high school that went to high school, they want to bully them too because everybody else bullied them. I went to school with a dude that became a police officer. He was the type that he became PG County police officer. He would roll up on the block and he'll let the window down. He'll tell everybody on the block, I'm getting ready to make my rounds. Go in the house for about 20 minutes and then come on back out and I'm gone. Everybody would leave off the block, go in the house, go somewhere. He would go around, do his rounds, and all you hear is, and he gone. He gone for the rest of the night. He wasn't into all of that. He was like, I went to school with most of y'all. I'm not trying to take you to jail, but I want you to be safe. I want you to do what's right. But I can't force you to do what's right. But I'm going to let you know, hey, street sweep coming. Get off the block. I'm not saying everybody has to be like that, but damn, you don't have to go on a power trip because you see somebody.
All right, let's get off the police situation before my friends start spilling the beans.
That's probably why my brother had so many issues with the popo harassing him. Really?
Hey, those were the days.
But we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, you know what? We might just start a new rule and do background checks because I don't know what's going on with this Jack Carr.
Damn, I ain't gotta get a background check for this too, do I?
We will keep an eye on that. And we'll, if we get any updates, we'll bring that back on Thursday. But
yes, definitely.
It's time for that NFL recap. Jack, take it away with them top performers from Sunday and Monday.
I tell you, it was just great to have football back. I mean, I know we had a little tease of some college football the past couple weekends, but football is back. We had some people lighting it up. Quarterback position, Tua Tagovailoa from Miami Dolphins came up with 338 yards, a 101 passer rating. Everybody's seen what Matthew Stafford did Sunday night with the Rams, 317 yards. Patrick Mahomes, what they play? Thursday night, Kansas City, he had 291 yards. And then we had Baker Mayfield, my fantasy QB this week, 289 yards, 4 touchdowns. On the Russian side, we had Joe Mixon in Houston, put up a $159, man. I always liked Joe Mixon when he was in Cincinnati. Jordan Mason, San Fran sub for McCaffrey, came up with 147 yards. And then you got your former Raven, J.K. Dobbins, with the Los Angeles Chargers, 135 yards on 10 carries, all in the second half. And then you got quarterback there in Baltimore, Mr. Jackson, with 122 yards. So that was some nice running, nice rushing performances Sunday, or should I say in week 1. And then receiving, we had Jaden Reed over in Green Bay, 4 catches, 138 yards. Tyreek Hill, everybody's seen his touchdown. He had 7 catches for 130 yards. And then a young guy, third-year guy from the Indianapolis Colts, Alec Pierce, 3 catches, 125 yards. He had 60-yard TD, 57-yard post, and an 8-yard out. That was his day's work, and he put up 125 yards receiving. And then last but not least, Jameson Williams, Detroit, 5 receptions, 121 yards. Pretty good day for the guy. That's a wrap up on our top passing, rushing, and receiving leaders week 1.
Please put Matty Ice's comment up.
Which one? Jesus.
Despite having 347 teams in our league, I put up 190 with Dobbins on my 190, man.
I know you scored more than me, and I was disappointed, Matt, because I wanted to come in crispy and clean and light y'all up. I think I had 187 points. Yeah, I was surprised at how many points y'all get in this league.
Man, look, I only put up I think it was 167. I thought I was smoking hot.
Yeah, it was me, you, and Matt was leading in the fantasy this week.
Ooh, man, I beat somebody. I think I don't know who.
You probably beat team 226.
Number 1, I feel attacked because it's only 340 teams in the league. But
there's a lot of teams in this league.
B talking about he beat somebody. B, stop it, man. You beat me every year the first week in fantasy, and I win 12 straight games.
Oh, no, you ain't going to win 12 straight games with that team. Not with that team, buddy.
Okay. I think your whole division sucks.
Yeah, not with that team, buddy.
Look, I could have made it favorable so I win my division, but I did not do that.
You put me in the Marion Barry division. I told you I wanted to be in the Chuck Brown.
I thought I did put you in the Chuck Brown division.
Nope, I'm in the crack division.
Oh, shit. My bad.
I'm going to win it.
Marion Barry's, where is that?
No, it was fun to be back in fantasy again. It's probably been 7 years since I played.
Man.
Hey, that's a long time. Did everybody get their picks in?
Oh, God, that was terrible this week.
Yeah, look, as long as they in, because you know how we go Midnight Rider, it's just like, oh, I forgot. Yeah, I thought I hit save, and you know.
And that's the only reason y'all ahead of me is because y'all had them extra games.
Once again, I feel attacked. Don't hate on me. Don't. Every year.
If y'all in our pick'em ESPN fan, just make sure that when you go through it hit save. You know, it tells you how many. If it's 16 games, it say 16 of 16 pick saved. Just make sure, you know, so your picks counting. We can tally these picks up as the weeks go along.
So let's hit that real quick while we're here. So looks like the Swamp Queen and whoever ESPN fan 43198958401
You left your lights on.
They were cutting up tonight, man.
Boss B was 12-4. Bay Blitz 11-5.
Yeah, that's
Keith
me.
Locks 11-5. Matty Ice and Mike Winchell 10-6. Some guy named Human Google was 7-9.
Dang.
And then I'm guessing this is what's his name?
That's Delonte.
Delonte. Yeah, there you go. 7-7.
7-9, Midnight Rider. Did you choose by colors or something? You know, I want the yellow team.
I have one of these duds.
That's horrible.
Once a year. I'm good. Trust me.
7-9.
And
17 weeks, baby.
No, I thought I did worse than I did.
It's Mike Winchell.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Odessa Permian quarterback, 1988. They wouldn't let me choose Booby Miles, so I had to go with Mike Winchell.
Oh, my bad.
Booby Miles is a restricted name.
Oh, shit.
I'm guessing because of the booby part.
Yeah.
No,
maybe we all get jerseys that say Ron Mexico.
They not gonna let you do it unless you get it done off of NFL, not on NFL Shop.
Yeah, you got to get the jerseys and have them stitched up yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Matty Ice said crack is whack. Matty Ice, crack is cheap.
Jack in the Bitch Set Me Up division.
Man, are we actually talking about crack on our show? Is this where we at?
Hey, you got a Marion Barry conference, man. Could have got a different.
Oh my goodness!
It was supposed to be a placeholder, and I just never took it. Oh.
I mean, Chuck, but then again, Marion Barry got a statue, shorty. So hell, all the mayors should smoke crack. Get a statue.
You're more productive.
Yeah.
Marion Barry was entertaining. I'll tell you that.
Never.
What we got next?
Next up is the recap of the games that we picked. The Colts versus Texans. Colts went down in that game 29-27. CJ Stroud 24-32, 234 and 2 touchdowns. As Jack mentioned earlier, Joe Mixon 30 for 159 and a touchdown. Nico Collins 6 catches, 117. Tank Dell 3 catches for 40 yards. On the Colts side, Anthony Richardson was 9-19, 212, 2 touchdowns and an interception. He also led the team in rushing with 6 carries and 56 yards and a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor 16 carries, 48 yards. Alec Pierce 3 catches, 125 and a touchdown. Gentlemen, thoughts on this game?
Who going first, Jack?
Midnight Rider.
Midnight Rider.
Oh, simple. I mean, I called myself Judas because I picked against my team. I thought this was going to be a good game, and it actually came out to be exactly what we thought. 29-27 looked like it was going back and forth the whole time. Before I keep going, if you don't have access to Red Zone channel and you don't want to use a thing like StreamEast, NFL.com has the Red Zone channel for $14.99 a month. Just check that out. Just if you already have an account, just $14.99 Red Zone, or you can call Jack, cut the cord, and get his hookup. That's all you gotta do. All right, back to the game.
NordVPN. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's my next move, BJ. Back to the game, real simple. I think we saw a tale of two quarterbacks. We saw a quarterback that's actually fundamentally sound in every which way, and that's CJ Stroud. I made a comment earlier where he was picking his team against Micah Parsons, and he just said certain things, and I was like, this guy sees football in a totally different way. And then you had Anthony Richardson, who showed you he was a freak of nature, which if you listen to any of our draft shows, when he came out, I told you this is what he was. The kid threw a ball 60 yards, 75 yards off, basically almost falling and just chucking it. He's got some of the best arm talent in the league. The problem is, or the question is going to be, can he mix the two? And then what's it going to look like when he and Taylor actually start being able to run the ball? But good game by the Texans. Who's next?
I'll take it next. Very interesting. This is very interesting to me that Anthony Richardson coming back, and them trying to get a rhythm together that they gave the Texans this good of a game. So I don't want to set the alarm, but if this is what you're getting for the Colts week 1 on a rusty nail, and they soak that nail in some solution and it's nice and shiny, you might have a problem with the Colts come later on in the season if Anthony Richardson can stay healthy. Like the Midnight Rider said, they can get that running game going. This is going to, I mean, these two teams right now, you're not even thinking about the Jaguars right now. And that Jaguars, this was their division to lose, 2 seasons ago?
Mm-hmm.
2 seasons ago, this was their division to lose. They look like the cream of the crop. And now you're not even, like, to me, and I know it's week 1, I'm not trying to overreact, but I just thought the Texans would win a little bit more handedly over the Colts with Anthony Richardson coming back off an injury and them trying to, get a rhythm and a pace. They look really good at times. And I give them that, from what I saw, that Miami dangerous. When Miami's clicking on all some, Miami is scary. You guard Tyreek Hill, then A-Chain's coming out the backfield. Then you got to deal with what they got on defense. They got a lot of pieces, and if that come together, that's going to be the battle for the division right there.
I agree with that, BJ. I counted the Colts out, man. I had the Colts. Richardson's actually my backup QB on my fantasy squad, and I got him during auto draft because I wasn't in on time, and I wasn't happy with it. But damn, he put up damn near 50 points yesterday on my bench. Thank God Baker Mayfield was my starter. Texans, if Joe Mixon can give them this kind of performance week in and week out, Texans can be dangerous, more dangerous than last year. Because Joe Mixon, man, he's one of the best running backs catching the ball out of the backfield. When he was in Cincy with what was that duo they had in Cincinnati running the ball? It was Mixon and
P-Ron.
No, it wasn't P-Ron. It was before P-Ron. But them two were both dynamic out of the backfield, receiving the ball, running wheel routes, running screens. And once they get the ball, look out. So the Texans can be something, but damn, I did not know the Colts had that much offense coming. Let's see if it continues. I'm with BJ on that. I'm not putting the Colts in the division championship round yet or nothing. Let's just see how it goes. But damn, they surprised me a lot yesterday.
Matty Ice agrees with you. If Mixon delivers like this all year, Houston, that team could be scary good. I agree. I think the Colts they'll catch on and they'll click, and once they click, it's firing on all cylinders. I don't think it'll happen this season, but I think it will. You'll see the difference. So, next game, Cowboys pummel the Browns. A lot of questions linger for the Browns. Dak Prescott takes his new contract into this game, 19-32, 179, and 1 touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 10 carries, 40 yards, and a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 5 catches, 61 yards. He spread the ball around a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different receivers caught a pass from Dak Prescott on Sunday. For the Browns, Deshaun Watson, 24-45, 169, a touchdown, and 2 picks.
And a sexual charge.
169.
He should have never threw for one. He should try to throw for 170 because that writes itself. But
how many did he have completions?
24. So it seemed like he had dink and dunks.
Yeah, 7 yards.
Basically, he got a completion for every sex abuse case he had.
Yeah, I think this is number 25.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Jerome Ford, 12 carries, 44 yards. We're gonna get to that in a second. David Njoku, Tarzan, but he played like Jane. 4 catches, 44 yards. Here's my thoughts on this, and I'll turn it over to you guys. Turn it over to Midnight Rider, Boss BJ, Jack. Deshaun Watson is not the same. And we can all say that he's not the same. And something's wrong in Cleveland because he went to help up one of the offensive linemen. He just took his arm away. It was like, nah, don't touch me.
Wow.
You don't know where that hand been.
Well, okay. I can honestly say I think Deshaun Watson will be out of Cleveland by the end of the season.
I only disagree with you because there's like a $76 million cap hit that comes up. So I don't think and if they're eating $76 million, woo dog. Cleveland radio gonna be fun. And you know what, Maddie? I'm sorry I missed that today. That's what I forgot about. I'll probably listen tomorrow or something. But back to the game itself, I didn't think the Cowboys would come out and be this crisp. They looked very crisp the whole ball game. I thought the Browns was going to have some fight, but I think Deshaun Watson and Le'Veon Bell are now the two stories that you got to think about when it comes to holding out. It's not profit. I mean, you might get the contract, but your play suffers. And for him to have the holdout, didn't miss the 11 games, and then last year have the injury where he missed another 6 games. I think the man only played like 10 games for the Browns, maybe 13 in the whole time.
Oh, yeah, I had that somewhere. Yeah, he's played 13 games. That's all he's played.
So, I mean, that's all I got, man. It's just Cleveland's in trouble.
Yep. No, I agree with you, Midnight Rider. Dallas came out like they was in, week 15. They looked great. Dak was just throwing the ball everywhere. I mean, I guess they was all happy because, Dak's getting Rolexes all around. He's buying the team Rolexes. I've never seen a fat contract that close before a kickoff. I think this has been in the works all week. It's Jerry style, you know what I mean? Let's go big, Give Dak his contract at noon and we play at 4. I've never seen nothing like that before. Cowboys look good, man. They look damn good. As far as
Cleveland?
Yeah. As far as Watson, I don't know what's going on. I mean, like you said before, Midnight Rider, he might need to get some of that freaky-deek back or something, man. Because you remember how it hit Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods wasn't getting no hank on staying on the lowdown. His game sucked. Now, Watson ain't getting no rub and tug. His game sucks. So I don't know what's wrong, dude. I don't know how. With Tiger, it's age and injury. But with Watson, he was out for a couple years, suspended too. He just ain't been. He probably wasn't working on his craft, and it's just he ain't caught up to times. I don't know what it is. It's something. But Deshaun Watson is not the same guy that was with the Houston Texans, and I don't know what it is. You probably do, Midnight Rider, but I don't.
What surprised me is that the Browns defense, was usually has been, not usually, has been the strong point of this team. Had just kind of like, they kind of like wasn't there Sunday. But here's the crazy thing. I was expecting this from Anthony Richardson, just that rust, not playing, getting back, and Deshaun Watson looked rusty. And the big guy KG said something about the lineman not wanting Deshaun Watson's help up. Now we're not in the locker room, but the guys that are in the locker room know who's coming to work, who's putting in the time. So, and I'm not saying that's it. But when we talked about Cleveland a couple Sundays ago, I said, we picked Cleveland several times to win that division. I said Cleveland is on a prove it leash, that they have to show me that they're serious about football, and hopefully they get it together. Like Deshaun Watson, unless the Space Jam monsters came and sucked the energy out of him and his talents. I mean, he could still throw the football. It just looked like they didn't go through preseason or something. They look like they're gonna need game 4 or 5 or 6 to start. It's like an old diesel truck starting up in negative 20-degree weather. That's what the Cleveland Browns are. But in their division, if you get going by game 4 or 5, you're already down to the Ravens, and it doesn't matter now. You know, the Ravens are the cream of the crop of the division. I think Pittsburgh is going to make some noise, but I don't know. I can't put my finger on Cleveland. I think it's other issues off the field with Deshaun Watson, and like I said, that whole lineman that tells a lot, man. That lineman not wanting his help out, that shows you a lot. So, yeah, you got to be careful what you say about your lineman and what you showing them.
No doubt.
Agree with that. The Sunday night game was a thriller. It wasn't exciting until the fourth quarter. Lions get a walk-off touchdown, win 26-20 in OT. Matthew Stafford, 34-49, 317, a touchdown to pick. Kyron Williams, 18 carries, 50 yards. Cooper Kupp, who's going to be out for about 4 weeks. No, I'm sorry, that's Puka Nacua that's going to be out for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
14 for 110. On the Lions side, I don't want to get too optimistic about the Lions. They look good. Jared Goff, 18 of 28, 217, and 1 touchdown and 1 pick. David Montgomery, 17 carries, 91 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs had 11 for 40. Both had a touchdown. Jameson Williams, 5 catches, 121, and a touchdown. Dare I say it? I mean, it's early, but I thought this before this game. I think the Lions are your Super Bowl favorite for a lot of people this year because of their intensity. But whether you gentlemen agree or not, let me know. But what did you think about this game?
Well, I thought the Lions were good. So I think I'm supposed to cover my mouth. It's like the Applebee's, right? No. I think the Lions came out and set a tempo. I think that overtime was the Lions' way of being big boys and saying, if you don't bring your hard hat to work on Sundays when you play us, we go on just mollywop you. And I mean, that possession in overtime, I think it was like 7 runs with David Montgomery, and they just basically abused the Rams the whole thing. It was a great game, I thought. TV watched me sleep during most of this game, so it was great. So I had to do the condensed version of the game. But no, I think it was a good game. I think that overtime made a statement, and I hope the whole league was watching because Detroit's going to start doing this to teams on a semi-regular basis if they have to. What you think, Jack?
Yeah, I agree. The running backs both look good. Montgomery and
Gibbs.
Gibbs, yeah, little Gibbs. I thought Gibbs did most of the running on that. Put it into overtime field goal. I thought it was Gibbs, but both of them are incredible. They could be leading rushers for any team in the league, but they running together is nice. That boy Aiden Hutchinson from
Michigan.
the Lions or Detroit Lions. He's a force to be reckoned with, and he's going to be something we're going to see for years to come. He's one of the youngins coming up. What's he probably second, third year now? Michigan boy, isn't he?
Yep, third year, Michigan.
Yeah, he was. I mean, if you watch the game, you've seen him because they was constantly putting the camera on him, and they had an all-pro defensive tackle on him, and that's what happens when you got, skill against skill. One time one's going to win, next time another one's going to win. But Hutchins had a good day at work. He was just pressuring the quarterback constantly, and I think that's going to help Detroit more as well.
I say this all the time, right? Your upper echelon elite teams, they have another gear where they can impose their will when it's time to win the game. And you saw that with Detroit. And this is a good story because if you have a team that you've been following that's in the dumps, this gives you a little bit of hope. This is how you build. This is how you, when you got the right front office, you get the right coach, and you just put the blocks together, you take your time, this is what you get. This is a complete team. This is one of the NFC favorites right here. There's not really too many weaknesses on this team. And like Jack said, now you have the dynamic, which I've complained about my Buffalo Bills for the last couple of years, where you need somebody on that defensive line that can change the game. Pittsburgh has it in TJ Watt. And Aiden Hutchinson is that for Detroit, where at any given moment he can change the game and change the momentum. It's a difference between getting a sack and changing the game. You can get a sack, but when you change the game, when you deflate the momentum from the other team, that's what these special guys do. And I'm not ready to put him on that TJ Watt level, because TJ Watt's a whole different beast. But he's getting there.
He'll be there.
Yeah, he's going to be there. He's definitely going to be there. And that just creates so many matchup nightmares. And now when you got to go double team that, now you get to see who on the other rest of the defensive line want to eat. Who else want to eat, because it's going to be plenty of plates on the table, because they're going to have to double team this kid. They're going to have to chip him with a back or a tight end. That takes away from the offense. So it opens up so many things for your defense. But I'm excited about the Lions, man. Like I said, this ain't your grandfather's Lions right here. Mm-hmm. They ready to play.
And Hutchinson lines up on both sides too.
And I've been saying this for years. Stop with the, hey, I'm a left end. I move you all over the place. Move you all over the place. Be versatile. You might be at weak side back of one play and blitz from there. You know, and if you can do that on defense, it just gives the quarterback fits, because there's certain guys that the quarterback is looking for to find, and just that extra 3 or 4 seconds, so you're like, hold on, where is? Oh shit, he's on the other side. That's 7-8 seconds gone, where you have to find this guy and figure out where he is, and now you done forgot what play you running, because you like, oh, shift the over here and do this and that. You got a violation, false start, whatever, delay a game. That makes a difference, man. But yeah, I'm feeling the Lions, man. As long as they're not playing Buffalo.
It also makes it harder to game plan. Big KG makes it harder to game plan too, when you don't got a guy just laying on one side of the field.
I said that just like the Boss B. I think we've been saying that for the whole duration of this podcast. Since we started, you got to line certain guys up different places. We said that about Chase Young. We said it about J.J. Watt, T.J. Watt, Myles Garrett. We said it about everybody. Just make it so you got to search for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and speaking of the Boss BJ's Buffalo Bills, they were winners 34-28 in their home opener. They went into this one down 17-10 at the half, and then dropped 24 points in the last 2 quarters to win. And Arizona came out with some garbage TDs and a field goal, scored 11. So it's 34-28, closer than what it should have been. 21-31 was Kyler Murray, 162 on the touchdown. He had 5 carries for 57 yards. James Conner had 16 for 50. Greg Dortch had 6 catches for 47 yards. For the Bills, Josh Allen, 18 of 23, 232 and 2 touchdowns. James Cook doing James Cook things. I love to see it. I love to see it when Josh Allen is not the leading rusher. 19 of 71 for 71. Josh Allen did have 2 touchdowns.
Yes, he did.
39 yards. And one of the rookies that everybody absolutely freaking loves, Keon Coleman, 4 catches, 51 yards in his NFL debut. Khalil Shakir had 3 catches, 42 yards, and a touchdown. We'll start this one off in a different order. Let the Boss BJ gush about his Bills. B, take it away.
Hey, can y'all hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're good.
All right, let's get to business. They were down 17-3. They look horrible at one point. And you know, this is one of those things. Every team is different, every coach is different, every preparation style is different, right? So you're going to get teams that come out the gate like the Texans and the Colts, where they or the Texans, where Dallas, they're firing on all cylinders. It just seemed like it took the Bills a minute to warm up. Like I say, if you want to be an upper echelon elite team at home, you have to start imposing your will. You have to claw your way back. No lead. When you got Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, no lead is safe because you can blink twice and it's 21 points on the board and you went through 3 minutes and a quarter. It's just that quick, with the field position and then this new kickoff, which killed Buffalo. I'm ready for Tyler Bass to be gone. That's my game number one. Yeah, I'm ready for Tyler Bass to be gone, and I don't know if he's the best option versus what's on the market, but I don't know what's going on with the kid. Let me say this, man. And this is why I say this, and I know I'm a Buffalo fan, but as long as 17 is under that wheel, he got a chance to win every Sunday. As long as he's under that wheel. And the offense, I think it was Osiris Torrance. I think it's our guard. Man, he was horrible Sunday. He was absolutely horrendous Sunday. And it's just one of those things. Okay, it's week one. But you shouldn't look that bad. You shouldn't have false starts at home. They were having trouble with false starts at home, which kind of bothered me. But I think you see a little bit. I was disappointed they didn't get the ball to Kincaid more because Kincaid is supposed to be the number one guy on this offense. He should be targeted at least 7 to 10 times a game is what I'm looking for Kincaid. I was happy with what I saw in offense when they started going because you can see the depth of where they're trying to go with spreading the ball around. It's not one guy. You just can't man up on Khalil Shakir. Then you see the balls catch Keon Coleman made. He showed you why he's there, what he can do, and how he can do it. Mac Hollins, you see a block from Knox. You see Kincaid get a catch. You see Cook run. So it's like, and I say this, it's like now you have to figure out if you could put that all together, and now defense has to guard all that. You can't double team one guy. You can't focus on one guy. And then when you do man up and you focus on each guy individually, Josh Allen's running past you if you're a cornerback because you're with your receiver, and now Josh Allen's running past you down the field because you're man on man with your receiver. So it's so much you have to worry about. So I'm happy with what I saw. 34 points, come from behind win week one. They got a short week and they turn around. I believe they go to Miami and Hard Rock Stadium or whatever the hell that trash dump is called. This will be a evening game, so they don't have to worry about sitting in the blazing sun, which is something Buffalo's had to deal with, and every team has to deal with, going down and sitting in the sun sitting on your shoulder. So I like what I saw. I'm not ready to pick that Thursday game, but I like what I see. I like the direction it's going. I think that Sean McDermott is on the hot seat. I think if this team doesn't get going early and perform steadily through the season, I think you're going to see a coaching change in Buffalo because it's enough is enough. And it's like enough is enough and it's time for a change. And this is put up or shut up. It's like, let's go. I know you're missing Matt Milano, but you got everything on offense you need. So it's time to put some things together. One more thing before I go. I think the thing I'm disappointed about the most in Buffalo is that for Sean McDermott to be a defensive guy, you never see this defense. Like, they got going. They got some sacks. I love Greg Russo. They got going. You can see if you was watching Von Miller, he got a little bit of that pop back. It ain't always where it was, but he got a little bit of that pop back, a little spin back. He got that back. But you just never see this defense just they're the bend but don't break defense. They come through when you need it, but they're just not going to take over a game for you. And I think that's what they need to do sometime. And for McDermott to be a defensive coach is kind of disappointing, should I say. So that's all I got for the Buffalo Bills, guys.
Well, Buffalo came out flat as the Chesapeake Bay on a hot, humid day. I wasn't sure it was the Buffalo Bills or the Colorado Buffaloes, man. I wasn't sure. Because I was flipping back and forth. So second half, I turned it back on. Shit, Bills are back. Bills are back. Receivers look fine. Bye-bye, Mr. Diggs. I don't know what happened. It was two different games for me. I didn't watch the whole game in its completion, but first half was trash. The Cardinals, to let that lead get away, what'd you say they was up, KG? What was the halftime score?
17-10.
Oh, 17-10. I don't know. The Buffalo came back and they looked normal in the second half. So I don't know what the Cardinals let that one slip away. It would have been a big win for them.
Yeah, I mean, I picked the Cardinals because I thought the Cardinals would ride some momentum in the Buffalo, and I felt like Buffalo was going to be flat. And Buffalo for a half had me feeling like I was going to be right. And then the second half came up, and they just became Buffalo again and found a way. And I think this year, week one has been, I'm not going to say it's been different, but week one has had its quirks and its moments. So I hope people don't get too caught up in results from week one because there's going to be some changes. There's going to be some things that's going to happen throughout the course of the season. So I'm just waiting for that. But, yeah, I think Buffalo showed who they were. Top-tier team, elite. I think they're one of the teams that you say they're primed for a run to the playoffs, through the playoffs. Go ahead, KG.
My sinus is giving me a fit with these allergies, so please.
Yeah, Harlem was bad today.
And I was out in it all day, that and the dust. Yeah. Talking about a chain, and shout out to Owen Hart, because BJ, I caught that reference too. Enough is enough, and it's time for a change. Then the song started playing in my head, so I caught that reference. Bucks beat the Commanders 37-20. This game, if you follow us on Twitter, which I hope you do, Sideline Junkies, all one word. What's the new phrase the kids use? Crashing out? Yeah, I was crashing out on Twitter. This whole game, I was crashing out on Twitter. I really was, because you talk about bringing in the kicker that you traded a 7th round pick for, that you get to keep now because he does not make it to kickoff in week 2 because Cade York has been cut.
Mm-hmm.
Get up out of here.
He gone.
Washington loses this game, and this is a game that they shouldn't have lost. Baker Mayfield, in my opinion, looked like a hybrid of Dan Marino and John Elway, because he carved this up. Baker Mayfield, 24-30, 289, and 4 tutties. 4 touchdowns. Baker Mayfield, 4 touchdowns. Bucky Irvin. Yeah, he's done it before, but he ain't never did it against us.
Everybody does it against us.
Bucky Irvin, 9 yards. Rachaad White, 15 carries, 31 yards. That dude seemed like he was getting loose every chance he got. Chris Godwin, 8 catches, 83 yards and a touchdown, plus a wide open touchdown. Mike Evans, 5 for 61, 2 touchdowns. And Rachaad White had 6 for 75. For the Commanders, Jaden Daniels didn't look bad in his debut. 17-24, 184. Led the team in rushing with 88 yards on 16 carries. In my opinion, too many carries for the quarterback. Yes. But he did have 2 touchdowns. B-Rob had 12 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown. Austin Eckler led the team in receiving, which is a problem. 4 catches, 52 yards. Terry McLaurin, 2 catches, 17 yards. So you only completed, 3, 5, 6, 7 passes to wide receivers and 3 to a tight end out of 17.
Average 2 yards a pass.
That's not good. And after the game, they said that 2 things. Said Adam Peters was hot. Like, don't talk to me hot. And the other thing was Jonathan Allen was the first one on the team bus. And somebody said that shows lack of leadership. So I'm going to turn it over to Jack, Midnight Rider. Boss BJ, and then I'll finish it up, and we'll go from there.
Well, what you started out, Cade York. Bye. Hope you have, I don't think you're going to kick in the NFL again. You've been around, buddy. Not a good first game. We ended up picking up, I hear we're going to sign Austin Seibert. He's been around the league a little bit. He's 45 for 56 for his career. But the good thing is we don't lose that 7th round draft pick that we were supposed to give Cleveland, because Cade York had to be on the roster for at least 2 games. So kicking him out right now, save Skins that 7th round pick. So, I should say Washington. I like that. Daniels run or had to run too much. He missed Terry deep twice. Damn. He had Terry nice one of them, overthrew him. I mean, Terry was wide open. His mama wasn't even near him. And then his average distance in the pass, like I said, 2.3 yards. The one thing I will say, he looked poised in there still. He looked like, but it seemed like there was a little bit less post-huddle changes as I seen in the preseason when he was coming out. I liked when he came to the line and he audibled. We haven't had a quarterback audible in years. Maybe they pulled him back a little bit for the first game. I'm not sure. Defense, terrible. St. Juice, toast. Call him toast. It just wasn't good. Tampa Bay, 3rd down, 69%. I mean, they must get 7 out of 10 third downs. Allen and Payne, leaving the middle wide open, stunting a lot. They stunt it right out of runs. So Allen would go to the left, and he'd leave the middle wide open for their running back. So I didn't understand the scheme the defense was running. That's where I'm at. It's all on you, Midnight Rider, man. I wasn't happy, but I'm sure you're going to throw some good points in there, ain't you, bro?
I love this.
Midnight Rider
sugar on it somehow.
Midnight Rider over there smoking.
Nah, I'm not really. I think there were a couple things that this team played the greatest what if game in the history of the world. Because if we had just captured the things that were the what ifs, we win this ball game. But the problem was you had the bogus block in the back on that one touchdown early. That was one of their what ifs moments. You had your kicker missing 2 field goals. If he makes either one of them, that maybe helps you out. I honestly, the defense, I mean, this was just mistakes. I mean, it was so it's on one run, I counted like 4 dudes missing tackles. It's just like, what are we doing here?
What are we doing here?
What are we doing here? I think Jayden showed promise. And I think, honestly, I know I got into it with you guys because I still think this is gumbo and not minute rice. Like, I think you gotta let this get to a point where we're 6, 7, 8 games in. Then we got to start being harsh and making the judgments. I think it's too soon because you changed too much. You flipped over 62% of this roster. I just don't see that coming together that fast. Do we have every right to be upset because it didn't go the way you wanted to? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I think I called Hot 13 at one point because it seemed like all they kept doing, they came out the huddle and they would point to wherever forwards was, and that's where the ball went. So this, I mean, I'm not like, oh my God, Dan Quinn don't know what they're doing. I am, oh my God, this is going to take a whole lot longer than I thought. So this might not even be gumbo. This might be like a smoked brisket or something. You know what I'm saying? Where it got to take 17 hours to cook. But I think they'll get it together because you got the promise of Jayden. And I think one of the problems they had was, I mean, this O-line hadn't played together in at any point during the preseason besides in practice. And I think that hurt. And I think that took some of the extra elements out of the offense because you had to try to keep it simple.
Is it on me?
Yeah, BJ, it's you.
I agree with the Midnight Rider. I like the poise that Jayden Daniels showed. And it's so many missed opportunities in this game where you just sit, then it's easy to flip the table like, oh, it's the same old BS again. But if you're looking at the game and you're like, this is I don't want to say inexperience is the wrong, but if that's what I have, an inexperience of them being together, being with the coaching staff, the offensive line. Now you got, even if it's 60% of the roster turnover, and this is big. I don't think people realize how big it is. If you've had an organization doing things and allowing things for so long, those guys that are still on that roster are used to those things, and they're still gonna fall back to some of those ways, and they're still gonna have to clean house as they go. And I got a name in mind, and I'm not gonna say it on here because I have said this name time and time again. But I think that it's going to be some more cleaning house, and I ain't talking about 13. But I love what I saw with Jaden Daniels at times. You saw in his face like, I got a shot at this. I just need another snap. That's what I saw from him, and I'm like, okay, they might have something here. It's just gonna take a little bit longer to gel. Like you said, them passes to Terry, like Jack said, like he's wide open, and it's just that whole unit when the offensive line ain't played together, when the calls ain't coming in right, when everybody's not on the same page. That's what you get. But when you get a Dallas, I'm just making comparisons that is on the same page and firing on all cylinders. You see what you get with the cleaner team, San Francisco. When the plays come in on time, when they know the blocking assignments, like their communications issues is play calling issues. Then you still got players in there that want to do shit their way, and I'm telling you, it's a couple of them that still need to go. Yeah, we leave it up to your imagination. But I know they lost 37-20. But I think you're going to see. I think here's what it is. They got the brisket in now, and that's going to get fucked up. That's going to get burnt. But they got two other ones on ice. So now they're going to go back. All right, we got to lower the temperature. We got to add this seasoning here. I want to add the hickory wood. They're going to go back and fix it. I truly believe that. So just be patient, and I think you'll see improvements each game. I don't think you're going to see what we've seen the last couple of years with the Ron Rivera led teams where they come out with the same shit every quarter. It's no adjustments. It's no changes. They just like, well, it worked in practice. So why isn't it working now? But I think you're going to see adjustments every game. I think you're going to see Jaden Daniels get better every game and start connecting on some of those throws, which is going to open other things up. Just be patient, Commander fans. You change the foundation out, but it's still parts of the foundation that either the bricks got to be replaced, or you got to waterproof it. So it's there, it's getting there, but you still got to change some stuff out.
I'm a piggyback, and then we'll get out of here. What Jack said was absolutely right. Payne and Allen was getting great penetration, but they couldn't get home on the runs. They would penetrate to one side, and the run would go to the other side. Bobby Wagner too. Bobby Wagner would shoot the gap, and he chose the wrong hole. It's like playing a game of Madden. You playing on that middle linebacker, you know which hole coming through. You choose the hole, and the running back go through another hole, and it's a 7-8 yard game. I don't know what the problem is with tackling on defense, but these boys got to learn how to tackle. They cannot tackle. Too many missed tackles to have that much experience in the front seven. Too much. That's number one. Number two, there are free agents out there. Patrick Peterson, Xavier Howard. If we need free agent help, let's go get free agent help. I don't know who you get rid of, but we need to bring somebody in on the practice squad. You shaking your head. Yo, we are getting roasted right now.
I'd go with Peterson.
What we supposed to continue to get roasted until these guys get enough weight under their belt and then we're good?
Mm-hmm. What are you adding? What are you adding, Peterson? What is he gonna give you?
He gonna give me better than fucking Forbes right now, because Forbes. It's
How
third
do you know
and
that?
two.
Have you watched?
Hold on. Hold on. It's 3rd and 2. Why are you backed off 7 yards? They need 2 yards. Why are you backed off 7 yards? All he has to do is come out of his break, take 2 steps, turn around and go like this. When he turns around and go like this, you're making a break. You tackle him, yes, but it's already a first down, you dumb fuck. You should have been up on him. You don't have to go for the press, but you should have been up on him. That's
Let me ask you a question.
It's no awareness. Their awareness is like 2 in that whole game.
What is your goal this season? Real quick. What's your goal?
My goal?
Your goal is to see if Jayden Daniels is your quarterback. That's your goal.
Well, I mean,
that's your goal.
It is part. You gotta help.
Okay, hear me out. Let me try to finish this up real quick.
And I wasn't calling you a dumb fuck. I'm sorry.
No, I know you weren't. And even if you did, it didn't matter because it was in the heat of the moment.
We done dropped 3 F-bombs tonight.
But no, I just when people talk about Howard and Peterson, those are just short-term answers. And I don't think this team is trying to fix this in the short term. I think our vision is further out. And sometimes when you add a Howard or whatever like that is, that's just you seeing the trees. You don't even understand you in the full force. All right. That's you seeing the caterpillar in the cocoon, taking a knife, cutting out, and trying to help him out early. But unfortunately, because he didn't fight his way out, he can't go through the full metamorphosis and get his wings.
Look, I want to backtrack a tad to what BJ said. I think that rustiness and coming out flat is all part of the lack of preseason minutes these starters get. You look at back in the 90s, man. You play 2 series, then you play a quarter and a half, then you play the whole first half. Then you let the cuts go for the 4th game. Now, dude, you barely see them guys 4 series the whole preseason. So how can they get mixed and gelled with their teammates? It's beyond me.
That's
and then with 13 lining up 7 yards back on the 3rd and 2, either a coach on the sideline, somebody should have addressed him for where he was lining up. A teammate, watching that Lions game the other day, Lions and the Rams, you seen their quarterbacks on the sideline. Call them tight end over. Look at the tablet. See that? You got 6 guys around them with a tablet. You look on the Redskins, their quarterback's on the bench all the time by himself with a tablet. Brissett wasn't even with him. So there's something. They're not gelling over there. When you watched the Rams and the Lions the other night, you seen teamwork. You don't see that from Washington. It's all me.
I totally gotta disagree with you on that.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Because you
don't watch them, dude.
Dog. If you all right, so there's a play.
No teamwork.
Hold on, there's a play in I think it's the 3rd quarter where Mikey Sarenstill is playing and there's 2 wide receivers on his side. Actually it's in the 1st quarter because it's the one where Baker sees he's going to blitz. Baker changes out, calls the out route to Godwin, and you get the out route to Godwin. But it's because the safety or whatever was too far back, and he's trying to call the guy up because he knows what's going to happen now. They've had those kind of plays throughout the ball game. Their problem was Bobby Wagner, by midseason, he might have to be glued, and you might have to go with Jordan McGee because that Bobby Wagner, his bond was at the running back, but them legs, they were still 10 yards deep or 5 yards deep. So and that's the part I was always worried about with him is when is the physical going to go and not be able to match up with the mental.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like those videos where you hear the dude that's talking to himself. He's like, ha, 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 oh, here we go, ah, ah. Like, in his mind, that's what's going on. His body is just like, it's like slow motion. So I think there's some things that's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. I think we're going to get another kicker. I'm just going to say it now.
We got the guy coming in. My source already confirmed.
I think every Tuesday should be Kicker Tuesday. And you just go ahead and line them jokers up and you just see what you got. And you pick the best one and you go from there.
We ain't had a good one since Chip Lowmiller.
If we had 15 kickers this year, I'm fine with it. But I think there's some guys that are hurt. There's some guys that's going to get worked in. Like I want to see Coleman because I thought Coleman in his 13 plays, I didn't see anything happen on his side. So if he can come in and solidify the line, we can move Lucas over because Wally's a turnstile. So yeah, man.
KG, I had a question for you. Which one do you do first?
Yes, sir.
Do you clean up first, or do you have company?
Oh, I love this.
Do I
What y'all
clean up
talking
first?
about?
Or do I have company?
And
I don't clean up.
I'm behind. I'm letting y'all know now. I'm behind. I'm having really bad technical difficulties. But let me know. Do you clean up first, or do you have company?
Oh,
I mean, I guess clean up first if you want to be technical about it. But if I'm having company, the house is already clean.
All right, and if y'all can still hear me, what did I just say? I said there's guys on this roster still, even with the turnover, that still need to go. And right now, what you got to do is you got to see what you got, what you can get out of them, if you can change their philosophy. I think that's why San Francisco was in no rush to sign Chase Young back. It was like, all right, if you are cool, but it's other things other than just play. It's the foundation that's laid by unfortunately the team that drafts you. So there's a lot of guys on here with a bad foundation. Now, if you have company in a dirty house, that's you. But my wife likes to clean up first. So if you cleaning up, the cleaning up isn't finished. You can't bring more company in here because you still got trash around.
Well, if you want to be technical about it, you can make your bed and you have your blankets hold down so you can't see under the bed, so you can't see the trash. Then you kind of put a sheet over top of the trash. Hey, look, we got things going on here. Oh shoot, what you just stepped on? I just stepped on the cornflake. Don't worry about it. But yeah, man, we're gonna sit here and shit. I get what you're saying, B. I can't deny it.
yeah.
It's just the lack of awareness overall is what pissed me off. And I don't think it was a coaching thing. I think it was a player thing. So I don't want to say it was coaching. I think it was a player thing. Because they just
look, in the first half, there were 3 third downs where Tampa Bay went from either 3rd and 13, 3rd and 6, or 3rd and 12, I think it was. They got 5 free yards from us each time, and it ended up being 3rd and short or 3rd and medium, and that changes the dynamic of the game. When your dumb kicker kicks the ball out of bounds, they get the ball to 40. That changes the dynamic of the ball game. When your boy Amalama Sadea come to say Mayo can't catch the 5-yard out to keep a drive going, those are the things this team is doing. And right now, they got to be perfect to win. Because if you fumble his football, your John Brown high punt's going to have to run whatever it is feet in the mile. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things. They got to get there. It's going to take some time, man. It's okay. And I'm letting you know now, Jack, you might want to get on this. Any receiver playing us, whoever the best receiver is, I'm taking them for a touchdown. Even this Daniel Jones in town, because he likes to kill us, I might go with a Daniel Jones anytime touchdown and a Malik Neighbors touchdown.
And that's 5,280 feet in a mile.
Thank you, sir.
And you're going to pick this football up and run every John Brown one of them.
There we go.
Well, no. I mean, or you can get my foot broke off in your John Brown hind parts. It's your choice.
I think Washington just needs some team building, man. I think Coach Quinn needs to take them out on a team building activity, do some zip lining, do some of them old cross your arms and fall back tests. They need something.
They've been doing all that already.
Zip lining is a great idea. And then you have some of the lines where they just continue on and never come back for certain.
Don't come home. Yes, sir.
They just zip line for the rest of their life. They just keep going. And
just don't see it. And you watch a team like Washington and you watch the top tier teams, and they just look like night and day.
Because it's a talent gap. But
huge.
You
gotta have the love.
Say that again.
Gotta have the love, the team, the sportsmanship, the gelling, the peanut butter jelly time. You gotta have that.
They've done this, Jack.
They don't got it.
Watch Commander's Log. There's Commander's Log 2 on YouTube and 3. They've done all the team building. They did the Navy SEALs thing. Team building can't make you better than what you are. And like BJ said, you got some people that still don't believe in the program. And so you got to clean that out. It's real simple.
All right, we got to run, fellas.
You got to let me say one thing. New England Patriots, Keion White, 2023, second-round draft pick. He had an excellent game yesterday, 2.5 sacks and a forced fumble. He only had 1 sack in his last 17 games. You know what he got from the NFL? A cup.
Yeah.
Ran the drug test because he never played that good. I thought that was funny. You know me and my little tidbits. So that's it, buddy. I finished.
Real quick, you can already see the Gerard Mayo footprint on that squad. You can already see it. Mm-hmm. You can already see it on New England, how his style, what he wants to do, and that changing that team's philosophy. Like, they weren't that far off from where the Commanders are. So you can change because they already kind of had that mindset with Belichick. That's all I wanted to say real quick. You can see it.
But they also kept the continuity because they signed a lot of their own guys back.
They do, yes. Mm-hmm. The guys that buy in.
When you're good enough to be signed back, you get signed back.
Right.
You ain't got that.
But sometimes if you're not good enough to sign back, you get contracts if you wear burgundy and gold.
That's Washington. Yep.
For the gentleman, Jack, the boss, BJ, at the midnight rider down there in the corner on punishment. I'm the big guy, KG. Won't do no overtime, y'all. We are out of here. See y'all Thursday.
Peace.